I was one of these guys that didn't like the appointment of Enzo Maresca due to him being inexperienced and hadn't managed in a top 5 leagues, and I wanted to have an elite gaffer because of the down trajectory Chelsea Football Club was going in, mainly because of the owner's previous decisions. And I might have to eat out my words around Maresca, and I might sound completely insane. I probably need to search help, which I likely will after I recorded this video. First, going through my talking points of why I think we can achieve top 4 and the progress we're making under Maresca, and then we're going into the predicted lineup around Brighton a little bit, and then I give you my score prediction. Once you guys are here, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my page, and hit that notification bell down below. I listen to Maresca's press conferences before every game, and what you really notice now is how he has handled everything so well off the pitch and on the pitch, in terms of the civil war going on upstairs. If it's still going on, we don't know. It's quiet in the current moment, but he has handled everything really well there, which I didn't expect. Mentioned that he speaks to the squad and telling that we only have power on the pitch. We can't control what's going on upstairs, and that alleviates probably pressure from the players' shoulders, and so they can only think about the training sessions and learning Maresca's system and focusing on the matches, because that is true, they can't really control what's going on in the boardroom. Another thing I really like under Maresca, which is also off the pitch and on the pitch, is that he has set a culture here that if you prove you're giving everything in training, learning his system, showing great attitude, developing, you will get minutes out there. It doesn't matter if your name is Jackson, Palmer, Nkunku, whoever it is in the squad. Nkunku is elite for me. He's a top tier forward. But Jackson has answered really well on that. He started his season pretty good with 6 points, 4 goals, 2 assists. Of course, his finishing can get better. Nkunku is a much more clinical striker, but Jackson is improving. And you can really see that Maresca telling the truth here, because if Jackson didn't perform, didn't deliver, he wouldn't get those, continue to get those minutes. So I really appreciate that from Maresca, that everyone can have a chance in the starting lineup as long as you perform on the training ground, showing great attitude, and in games, of course. And he also mentioned that competition is healthy. Nkunku is improving Jackson. Jackson is improving Nkunku. We got competition in other positions in this team in terms of the left wing spot. Mudryk, Sancho there in number 10 role around Palmer, Felix, and etc. throughout the whole team. Maresca was questioned, how does he keep the players happy? And they were referring to the Nkunku and Jackson situation again, and he replied with that he's just being honest and straight to the players. He's not beating around the bush. He has spoke to Nkunku up front and other guys why they aren't getting minutes in the current moment. He thinks Nkunku is doing a fantastic job. He's also scoring. I mean, we saw a hat-trick from him against Barrow now in Carabao Cup. But Jackson is performing too, and the one that is playing better will gain the starting spot. And he also mentioned that it's impossible for a player to be perfect throughout every game. So in some games we will rotate and Nkunku will start, and in some games Jackson will start, and that goes the same for basically every player and every position in this team. We will also probably get top 4 because we're making progress in terms of the system. The players are learning his system more and more every week. We will maybe have some off games, like it's not going to be a perfect trajectory upwards, but we're taking a few steps forward and you can actually see it. And he mentioned that the players are putting down tremendous good work on the training ground, and that has now and now you can see it in games too, against Barrow, against the Wolves, West Ham in our last Premier League game. We played alright against City, and you could argue that we should have buried our chances against Crystal Palace because we played really well in that first half. And you're also seeing players improving too. He mentioned that Cucurella, Tosin, Caicedo is getting better. He gave them as few examples because he was asked questions about them. He mentioned that Cucurella is a fantastic support player for the team. He makes everyone else better, showing great attitude. And if you're familiar with League of Legends, which I'm playing, Cucurella is that support for your team. He makes others better. Tosin is so composed at the back line, and he's adding some leadership in this team. Caicedo, a top player, you can see that against West Ham, that was a top world-class level performance. He also protected Caicedo by saying that it's not his fault that he was purchased for over £100 million. He can't control that. He should just enjoy football. That also proves intelligence and awareness from Maresca. He's keeping the players happy, motivated, and they are believing in him. And if we continue to see this progress, consistency, I got no doubts that we can reach top 4. Let's get into my predicted lineup, what I think we are going to see. We're gonna continue in the 4-2-3-1. Of course, Sanchez will start in goal. He's in tremendous form in the current moment, having back-to-back man of the match performances. The back line, I would like to see Malo Gusto playing instead of Fofana, because Fofana came just back from a knee injury. He was out for a game. And I will have Tosin, I will have Levi Colwill as well, and Marc Cucurella. So Marc Cucurella, Tosin and Colwill will make that makeshift back three, and Gusto will invert into the midfield together with Moises Caicedo. Enzo Fernandez will join the half spaces with Cole Palmer, and on the wings I will have Jadon Sancho. He's in stunning form in the current moment, Madueke on the right hand side, and Nicolas Jackson up front. You could argue that Nkunku and Neto deserves to start. Like, you could have Palmer on the right wing and Nkunku in the half space role, but I wanna continue with continuity, and this lineup is working. I don't want to change too much. If we're losing some poor performance, maybe we can start tweaking after that. In terms of a score prediction, I think it's going to be a game that's going to go back and forth. I think we're going to see a lot of goals. So I guess it will end in a 3-2 thriller win to us. Brighton's new manager, Hurseler, I can't pronounce it, whatever, is playing in a very unique way. He's setting up his team in a 4-2-3-1, attacking in a 3-1-6, having many players going into advanced attacking positions, and we have to be aware of that. We need to have players tracking back and helping our pivot and backline, because Brighton is a very dangerous side going forward, and they have shown it in the beginning of this season now. They're unbeaten with 2 wins, 3 draws. They had a top performance against United, they draw to Arsenal. Brighton is a very difficult side. I think we should go on fast counterattacks on our fast attackers, and B, direct, since they only have a few players on the transition. Huitfeldt likes to take risk and have many players going forward attacking the box. He wants to overload the opposition, and we can use that to our advantage. And another thing I forgot to say about Maresca that I really like, he's very adaptable to the opponents he's facing. So I never felt this confident in a long time. I'm really confident he's coming up with a plan and will adapt to how the Brighton manager is setting up, and we're gonna use that to our advantage. I haven't felt this in a while. Like, I'm smiling again. We Chelsea fans have really had it tough since Clear Lake and Bowley took over. But we might actually see the light at the end of the tunnel now. Finally. So let me know, of course, all your thoughts in comments down below. Do you think top 4 is achievable? Let me know that. And thank you so much for watching, guys. And Chelsea Explained is out.